All right, so we are going to review why we got the answer of 1/4 for D and does not exist for F. We're going to start by looking at problem D. And we have this function. The limit as x approaches 1 of this function. And the first thing that we're going to do is try to rewrite the denominator. So when we have x plus 1, the quantity squared, that means x plus 1 times x plus 1, which becomes x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then we're going to subtract 4 from that. So if we rewrite the denominator, we have x squared plus 2x minus 3. And then we still have x minus 1 in the numerator. And then we're going to factor this. The factored form of this is x plus 3 times x minus 1. So when we go back to our original function, if we rewrite it, we have x, try that again, x minus 1 over the quantity x plus 3 times the quantity x minus 1. We see that we have this giant 1 here that we can simplify, and so then we can rewrite the function as 1 over x plus 3. Going back to the original question, which was the limit as x approaches 1 of our simplified form of the function, we're going to plug 1 in for x. So we have 1 over 1 plus 3, which is 1 over 4. That's where we get 1/4 from. Looking at f, we have the limit as x approaches 1 of 1 over x minus 1. Now there's no way to simplify this function any more than it already is. And if we plug 1 in here, we get 1 over 1 minus 1, which is 1 over 0, and that is undefined. And so that tells us that we have an asymptote or a hole there, some sort of discontinuity. And if we look at this graph just to verify this the answer, the graph is a hyperbola that's been shifted to the right one. So that means instead of having an asymptote at the y-axis, the asymptote is at 1, positive 1. And then there is an asymptote at the x-axis. And the graph of the function is going to be here and here. And so if we're evaluating this limit by looking at the graph, when x equals 1, we see that there's an asymptote there. And if you're looking at it approaching from the positive side, it's heading toward infinity. Approaching from the negative side, it's heading toward negative infinity. Those are two different values. So therefore, the limit does not exist.